Hi, Kim.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Good. So I had a client reach out to me. It sounds like they're gonna separate, and they were wondering what happens with their property and how the divorce process works. They haven't started that, but
Okay.
they were asking me, and I don't have those answers. So I thought that I would talk to you first, and then refer her over.
All right. Well, thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah, of course.
So, in a nutshell, the divorce process, it is a court application that has to be made.
Hmm.
So, you do have to file documents with the court,
Right, and that's through
serve
you,
them on the other
obviously.
party. Pardon me?
Through you, obviously.
Yes,
Yeah.
through myself. People can also do it themselves.
Hmm.
Although I get a lot of phone calls where people are lost in the paperwork
Right.
and need my help. So the things that have to be sorted out in a divorce are number one, what's happening with the kids, if there are kids. Number two was, is there going to be any spousal support? If
Hmm.
so, who's paying who
Hmm.
for how long? And the third thing, uh, which is probably why you're calling me today, is what happens to the property.
Hmm.
So when it comes to divorce, everything needs to be divided up,
Sure.
including the house.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that we look to you guys for your opinions as to what the value of the property
Sure.
is, because we can't divide it if we don't know what it's worth.
Right.
And that's one of the things that needs to be factored into the equation.
So if they have property before the relationship began, are they entitled to retain that property, or is that something that is still divided between both parties?
Yeah, so that's a good question. One of the things that we look at would be what is exempt property.
Sure.
So a property like that, what you just discussed, sounds like it would be exempt property.
Hmm.
But one of the things that I like to remind people of is that you're not exempting that whole property. You would still have to divide any equity that's been built in that
Right.
property through that proceeding. So
Hmm.
it's kind of a complicated answer. Like, you
Right.
can kind of retain it, but you're subject to dividing the equity in the property.
Sure. Okay. Okay. And so basically, her first steps are going to be contacting you and then sitting down to decide what shares she wants to retain, or what is most valuable to her, and then the
Absolutely.
spouse would do the same with another lawyer, and then you would all meet.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes there's a way of making everyone happy, and there's always going to be some trade offs. You don't get to
Hmm.
keep everything.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like being a kid in the sandbox when
Right.
you're little. And
Everybody thinks they
who
can keep
gets
the whole
what? And
thing.
if you really want the yellow
Yeah.
truck, then you're probably going to have to give up the red car.
Right.
So um, if there was a yellow truck and a red car, it'd probably be pretty fun. But anyways, it does get done that way, and
Sure.
the presumption is, of course, to keep everything equal.
Hmm.
We want everyone to get an equal share, but at the same time, sometimes it's not equal.
Right.
There are ways to, um, unwind that presumption.
Okay. Okay. I'll let her know, and then I'll get her in touch with you.
Okay,
Thanks,
sounds
Kim.
good.
Okay. I'll talk to you
Have a
soon.
good one.
Bye.
Okay, bye.